Hello viewers, welcome to Hymn Exposition 4.0. Thank you for joining with us so far, and we still continue with the theme Journeying with God. I'm Olamide, Soyoye by name, and with me in the house today is my brother, Bro Samuel Fapohunda. It's nice to have you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Glad I'm
We
here.
are so delighted to see you today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Our topic for this discourse today is spiritual exercise. Spiritual exercise. Okay, not mere running, jogging, and all. So, we want to talk about spiritual exercise. So, Bro Sam, what will you have to say about that?
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. Okay, I'm going to take a cue from what you just said now. All right, because it's like a combination of two words, spiritual and exercise. All right, so the common one we all know, exercise is when you exert yourself physically, all right, that jogging, running, all right, and the essence of doing that is so that you will be fit,
okay,
physically fit. That's why you do all of those things, so you don't have pot belly, so you have six packs, and you'll be able to take, certain strides when you're running. All right, so exercise just makes you fit. So imagine that with spiritual, we know what spiritual is. Okay, spiritual is something that is supernatural, something that is unseen, right? Okay. So imagine both of those thoughts together would mean that as we have exercises in the physical, we have in the spiritual, all right? And as we have it in the physical, that it helps us keep fit physically. So it is also in the spiritual, right? Spiritual exercises are activities, should I call them activities, or let me say things that we do that helps us stay fit as a Christian or as a believer.
Thank you so much for that. So it means that if we want to stay fit as a Christian, there are things that we need to do.
Exactly.
Now, my question is, why do we need to stay fit?
Okay, I'm still going to relate it with the physical aspect also. Okay. Right? You can't compare someone who is fit. For example, now if you would ask someone who has been training, right, for 100 meters, okay, must have undergone some trainings and some serious rigor, and if you ask that person to run from here to that point, from point A to point B, and you ask another person that has not been training to run that same point A to point B, you see that there will be a difference. All right, the other person that was not training would literally be gasping for breath. He might even end up not even finishing the race, right? But because the person who is physically fit has been training over time, right, it helps him to maximize his potentials or his capacity, all right, such that he's doing it from a place of ease, and that ease came because of the training. All right, I'm going somewhere with these analogies. All right, so I'm bringing it back to spiritual exercise. So why is it important? All right, like I said earlier, spiritual exercises are what helps us to stay fit spiritually in our walk with God. All right, and if we are going to, all right, let me come from this angle. One thing we must never forget is that as we journey with God, all right, we are exposed daily to warfare. All right, scripture says that the enemy, okay, is going around, okay, like a roaring lion looking for who to devour. All right, so you have to develop spiritual stamina. All right, even though you are far above him, even though Jesus has done all he needs to do and has given you all of his power, all right, but you still need to appropriate it in your life so that it doesn't just become something in your head, it becomes your experience. All right, so if you are not spiritually strong, or if you don't develop stamina spiritually, you realize that you still be a victim of the devil. The devil will still try to, the guy doesn't give up.
Yeah.
Right? He's relentless. Right? You will still, even though Jesus has saved you from it, you will still feel, let me just put this one there. Right? So spiritual, stamina or spiritual exercises help us to build our capacity in the spirit so that we can first of all walk with God and live victoriously here on earth.
Thank you so much for that. It's more like an athlete, so that is saying that because I've been doing this over time, I'm already a star, so I don't need to to exercise. I
Exactly.
don't need to practice.
Again.
So I'm a pro already. So thank you for that explanation. Another question I have is that when do we need to start this spiritual exercise? Physical exercise. An individual can say, mo ti ń sanra jù, I'm gaining weight. So now
Because of
I
that.
need to diet. I need to take some steps
Steps,
daily.
right?
Okay. So spiritual exercise, is it that when you start noticing something, or it is something that you just have to do? If you are a Christian, you don't necessarily need to have a reason. I don't know if you get.
Yeah, I get
what
it.
I'm trying to say.
I get your point. All right, that's a very beautiful question. All right, you don't have to necessarily have a problem before you exercise yourself. Okay, you don't have to have a problem before you exercise yourself. You can exercise yourself to stay fit. That's enough reason. Okay, so you don't have to have a spiritual problem before you start saying, I'm noticing something in my life. I think I need to start exercising spiritually. No. Why wait till then when you can start almost immediately? All right. Once you got saved, all right, nothing about you changed in the physical. Your mind was still your mind. Your name was still your name. All right. So there's a need for your mind to be renewed, for your mind to be re-engineered into the new life that you have now received. And spiritual exercises are those avenues, those platforms God has, strategically put in place to ensure that that new life we have received, it becomes experiential in our life. Okay, they call something, sorry to curse you, they call something positional, call something experiential. Positionally, you are seated far above in the heavenly places. Ephesians chapter 1. All right. However, experientially, it might not be the reality because you don't probably know it's something you have been given freely, and you should exercise your authority in it. Okay. So it becomes something you have to know in your head, then it becomes experience also. So that's what spiritual exercise is like. That's why it's needed, and it's much more important.
Thank you so much. So you don't have to have a problem before you start exercising spiritually. So lastly, I want to ask the question that what are the dangers of not engaging in spiritual exercise?
Okay, I think I will take the obvious one first. Right, the danger of not engaging in spiritual exercises, first of all, would be that you'll be unfit. Okay, spiritually you'll be unfit for war. Yeah, that's it, for war. Some people say shogun laye ni ogun laye o. All right, you are in a war zone. You have to know that as a Christian. Okay, that's why you see that most of the times, or sometimes, the Christian is described as a soldier. All right, because you are actually in a warfare. All right, so the first danger there is that you'll be unfit to wage war. Even though you have all of, like I said, it's one thing to know that you have something. It's one thing to put to use that thing that you have. All right. So spiritual exercises helps you to stay fit spiritually, and by staying fit, it will help you to put to use all the things God has freely given to you. All right. That's the first one. And the second one that looks like it. Okay. The danger of not staying fit spiritually is that you will not fulfill, or you will not be able to maximize all of God's resources that has been deposited in you. All right, and invariably that would lead to should I say not like a wasted life per se, but kind of life that doesn't match up to, like when you just get to heaven, God will now say, okay, you could have done this thing while you're on earth, right? But like, I didn't know. All right, and all of those possibilities will just die with you. All right, so you won't be able to even walk in your divine purpose, as it were. All right, so first of all, the first danger is that you'll be unfit spiritually to wage war. Okay, and the second thing is that you will not be able to maximize your potential to fulfill purpose. All of the deposit God has put inside of you, you will not be able to maximize them to the fullest. All right, if you don't engage, in spiritual exercises.
Thank you so much, Bro Samuel Fapohunda.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope we've learned a lot. That if we'll be able to live a fulfilling life, a life that will be able to maximize all the deposit of God in us. There's this book that was written by my house say
Yeah.
maximizing your full potential.
Potential, yeah,
So if
true.
we'll be able to maximize that full potential, it means that we have to exercise daily. So I want us to stay tuned even as we journey in this hymnal exposition for more tips on how or what are those spiritual exercises that we need to engage on. So do well to stay tuned, comment, like, and share. God bless you. I remain Soyoye Olamide. Thank you.